So here I am logged into Discovery Education, and I've already spent some time building my content in my library. So I'm going to just go to my Content tab, and I'm going to look for my flight folder because I know that's where the videos are that I want to find. This is the video my students have watched in science. And the full video was just about an hour. We picked and choose what we wanted to watch out of it. And I know that the chapter that I'm interested in was that first chapter, and that video was about 4 minutes and 48 seconds. Not all of it's relevant, but that's what I want to be able to download and take out, extract the clips that I want my students to build their video on and add the commentary to. So I'm going to download that. I get the option of a high resolution file or a low resolution. I'm going to choose high resolution, and that's going to download to my downloads folder. And it looks like that's just about complete. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to minimize that, and I'm actually going to open up iMovie. Now if you didn't have iMovie, you could use Windows Movie Live. That would also work. And I'm just going to call this flight clip. And I'm going to import the media that I want. And it's just 4:32 now, so that's the video that I want. And again, not all of this video is going to be relevant, and it's not all going to be what I want. So I'm just going to highlight what I want, and I'm going to take that for my students. I'm going to take that clip and drag it down here. Now that's only 27.5 seconds, so that's a little short for students to explain what they know about flight. So I'm going to add to that at the end here, and I'm going to just go through this. There's what I want. And that's another 37.5 seconds. So I'm going to drag that down as well. So now I've got about 1:05. Now that's a little bit short, so I'm going to have to extend some of this video. The first thing I'm going to do, you notice there's an audio track and I can adjust the volume. I'm going to adjust that volume down to 0% for both of those files because I'm going to have my students add their own commentary. Now if I editor, okay, so I just double clicked and it says show speed editor, and I can also use the Command R button to get that. And I want to slow that down. So you see that tortoise that appears there. So I'm stretching that way out so that my students can have a longer period of time to explain these concepts because they're tough concepts. Okay, and I'm going to do the same for this clip up above. I'm going to right click or Command R. I'm going to show the speed editor, and I'm going to stretch this out as well. Okay, so now my video is up to 1:29. I still find that kind of short, so I'm going to stretch it out a little bit more, up to 1:42. I'd like it to be a little longer, I really want students to be able to show their understanding of those 4 principles of flight. So I'm up to 2:03 now. So that's getting closer to where I want it to be. I'd like it to be around 2:30. So I'm just going to keep stretching that out until I get it to be about where I want it to be. And I'm getting pretty close, 2:23. Right. So I'm being fussy now. There we go, 2:30. So now I'm simply going to File and share this as a file, and I'm just going to share it to my desktop because that's a nice place for it to be. I can easily find it to upload it to Google Drive, and then I can delete it when I'm done because I don't want it taking up valuable space. I'm just going to call this flight video clip, and that's saving to my desktop now. I can minimize this, and then what I'll do is I'll pull up my Google Drive. So here we go. I'm going to go to my Drive. I'm going to find the folder location where I want to upload it from my desktop. I'm going to go down to Science. And I hope your folders are better organized than mine. Mine are pretty busy. So I'm going to go into Science. I'm going to go into Flight. And I have already got an Explain Everything flight project. So I'm just going to mock this up for you. Explain Everything flight project. I'm going to call it demo so I remember to delete it when I'm done. So there, I'm going to double click on that, and that's empty now. And I'm going to upload from my desktop that flight video. There we go. I'm uploading it. And it says that it's got less than a minute left. It'll eventually appear right here. And then I'm going to share that file. And if I have multiple files in there, I could highlight them all and share them all at once. But let me just show you what that looks like. File upload. I'm going to go to another file here just so that you can see what that looks like. And that's just about loaded. And I might have 4 videos in this folder that I would share with students so that they would have some choices of what they wanted to do for their commentary. I'd share these 2 files, and the way I do mine is I have my class set up. There's 28 students in my class, so I simply share it. Oh, that's last year's class. They wouldn't appreciate getting an assignment from me this year. Yeah, I've only got 27 this year, sorry. So I'm going to write them a little note saying this is the video content for our flight project using Explain Everything. And they'll get an email alert that this has been shared with them. Please see Google Classroom assignment for all of the details. And then I would just simply click send, and that would be sent to them, and they would have access so that they could then download these files directly into the Explain Everything app. So they could just pull them into the Explain Everything app. And I'll show you how to do that in a separate video tutorial. Hope this was helpful.